Thanks for watching Let Us Quest. My name's Keegan, I'm the editor of our show, and I also play as the character Beef. If this is your first time hearing about D&D, I'll give you a quick explanation of how the game is played. Dungeons & Dragons is an open-ended adventure storytelling game. There's a storyteller known as a Dungeon Master, who acts as the narrator, the rule enforcer, and the supporting cast. Everyone else plays as the main characters, trying to navigate the world through their shared imaginations. Our show is different than the standard D&D podcast, and I think you'll see why. With special guests, character animations, adventure, and romance, there's sure to be something you'll love. But without further ado, let us quest.
Hail to the king, baby.
We have been charged by God with a sacred quest.
You want to go on a quest? Oh, it must be Thursday.
I came back for you all. I saved you.
Now I'm a wizard.
What on earth are you doing?
I challenge you to a duel. It is but a scratch.
The king has decided.
The Battle of Wits has begun.
Forge Rekindled, the Nested Isles. The Nested Isles, given their name from their natural nest-like barrier created by the main island's enormous sea walls and mountain ranges, and probably a slight given by outsiders considering the native Aarakocras, humanoid bird-like creatures with large wingspan and beaked faces, natural hunters and cunning warriors who use their frequent inclement weather surrounding their homeland to their advantage. A deep mistrust and disdain lives in all those around Stormcliff for the winged lords that will attack boats and make certain that the outsiders are kept at a distance. Only the finest sailors can navigate the waters and avoid the seawall to dock at the only inhabitable location in the southern peninsula. Original visitors began contracted by dwarves who sought minerals and riches in the southernmost mountain range. After years of turmoil, the Aarakocras and dwarves met with similar interests and began to mine. Long and prosperous years followed until the mountains did not produce. In recent years, piracy and scavenging have become more common practice as the town is finally beginning to feel the effects of the forge closing after 80 years. A new governor has appeared through Rickshaw Stoneback, who recently, and somewhat peacefully, took the role. Rickshaw has set a large price to be had on anyone who clears the mines and forges, and whoever can find the hidden tunnel system that leads to the inland home of the Aarakocras. But after years of abandoned mines, anvils sing in the middle of the night, as well as the screams of those who investigate. Nice. So we open in on the Steadfast with Captain Abram. Rough seas are ahead of us. As you can see in the distance, glimmering lights of a city approaching, which is obviously Stormcliff. Captain Abram turns around to you all at the back of the boat and says, "So, are you ready for your final journey into Stormcliff? Pretty smooth seas for the most part into here, but,
Sir?
yes?
Who's driving the boat if you're with us?
The captain never drives the boat, sir. It's always the first mate or the navigator.
First
like
time
Jimmy
on a
over
boat?
there.
But I am a dragonborn. Of course this is my first time on a boat. I do not like the ocean.
You all are lucky, though. A mixed bag of, interesting folk you are.
Scoundrels.
You don't
You can call us scoundrels.
scoundrels, if you will.
Yeah, I'm blue. Get over it.
Sorry, I have nothing against you. And luckily, the people here are very open to a wide variety of people from all over the place. Unless you have wings and unless you have feathers or a beak. Then I will say, keep your distance. But they already live here on this island everywhere else. So, I mean, what are we really going to do?
What are we gonna do?
Well, I guess what are you all here for? I'm guessing you heard of Rickshaw's, money off.
We heard
We're-
we could clear some mines.
Maybe
and
some
maybe
women.
make some gold.
Women too, let's be honest.
We want to hit the town.
Hit the town.
We'll probably have to eat at some point.
Well, I
too.
must say the Longboat Tavern is the finest establishment there in Stormcliff. You must go there. I will say, just tell them Captain Abram sent you. I'm certain they'll give you free drinks.
Does this inn satisfy people of our stature?
Oh yes, very high ceilings, very thick walls. So if
I'm not sure what the walls have to do with
Sturdy.
it.
well, I mean, yeah, it's sturdy. You all
I mean,
If we were to
there's a
swell,
couple-
if we were to swell up to a certain size, we would be
I mean,
fine.
there's a couple times. I mean, if you two stood in the corner of my ship, certainly it would start to drift one direction.
We can
Not
do-
saying
we
you
can
guys.
do
No,
that.
no,
You
no,
want
no,
us to?
please don't. No, please don't. Please don't.
Let's go to the port side.
That's one. Which side is that?
Right.
The left.
I've never been on a boat.
How close are we to the?
We're about 2 leagues away. We're coming in. It'll take us about 15 minutes. And as he's saying that, you hear a sailor yell from the front, "Captain, we got a lad in the water! Pull him up! Let's see who he is and what he is." So as the ship is moving forward, and now you can really see the good outlines of the dock and of the ship. Some sailors throw out a line to a guy floating on a piece of driftwood, and as they're pulling him up, Captain Abram walks up to him and is like, "Ah, a pirate! Well, what are you doing here, laddie?" And the pirate's soaking wet, sopping cold. "The birds got us again. We had some new loot that we were hitting on, and the birds came in and got us out. Should we take you into port? Do you have a price on your head?" "Of course I don't have a price on my head. I'm just a lowly deckhand on our ship. We're pirates. We're just scavenging." Sounds like there's no point in bringing you in unless you're going to be a part of us. Do you want to be a part of us? I want to be a part of any boat, any crew. There's nothing out here that's worth it. It's only worth it getting out of here. "Well, that's no good for me. You three want to finish this guy off and throw him over the ship in a non-sexual way?"
I'll do it.
It's been a while since I've been able to draw the blood.
You know what? The big boy like you being cramped up on a ship like
I
this.
need to
Hey, this is a nice large ship. Were we not accommodating?
No offense. You've done a great job, Captain Abram.
What's this laddie's name? Have we
It doesn't matter. Screw him.
Alright, well, my name's Robert. Robert, I'm gonna give you 2 options here. Robert, you can either jump overboard or you can suffer the wrath of my trident.
You know what? Make it quick. Give me the trident. I don't want to go back in that freezing water.
So right there on the edge.
Now you gotta roll.
What are you doing?
What game are we playing? Alright, that
16.
hits.
Okay, so I'm just simply gonna take my trident, shove it right into his chest.
Throw him over the pole. We don't want all this shit.
Alright. You wanna see how far I can throw him?
Yes.
So I twist around like I'm throwing shot put and just launch that. Way out there.
Well, I can say you boys might be in luck here at Stormcliff. You might be doing pretty good. So as we're pulling into the docks, you see a very busy scene. A lot of people loading in fish, loading off fish. You see a lot of guards operating over everything. One guard takes one look at you three, and obviously you guys are here for a certain reason. So the guard comes up and walks up to you all. He says, "Halt there. What are 3... well, we'll call you adventurers. What are 3 adventurers like you doing here in Stormcliff?"
We've heard there's money to be made.
Ah, good.
This is not fresh blood.
It doesn't matter if it would be. I'm sure it's... I would rather not, really. That's pretty disgusting. Alright. You gentlemen will follow me to the throne room. I'm sure...
Oh, the royal
I'm sure
treatment.
Elder Rickshaw will be ready for...
These people know how to treat
the other
visitors.
adventurers with you here shortly. Did you see this immaculate, huge stone walls carved into the mountain here? A lot of bearded, tough-looking dudes on the battlements with bows and crossbows. You see a large temple with dwarven gods sculpted into the sides of it. The stonework in this entire city is immaculate. You can tell that there really haven't been any attacks or anything that looks like decrepitness in the city itself. A lot of the buildings made of stone themselves. So as you enter the throne room, you see 2 other parties with you. One of them 4 black hooded figures, all of them men, all just look like to be humans. And the other party is full of 3 mixed race people like yourselves. One of them appears to be a paladin who has large armor all over himself and great plated stuff. Another one seems to be a sorcerer of sorts or a wizard with wizard robes and things like that. And all 3 of your parties are gathered around in the middle here waiting for the address of the good Balder here. Balder stands up. He is a large man with a great towering brown and red beard, much like my own, if you will. And he has 3 large braids coming out of his this thick head of hair, 2 on the front and 1 in the back. And he stands up and says, "Welcome, adventurers. Thank you for coming to Stormcliff, and thank you for heeding my call."
You're welcome.
Shut up.
Yes, sir.
He says, "As you know, or as you may have heard, Stormcliff is not as prosperous as it once was. And with your help, hopefully we can start on a track back to those glory days. And hopefully, with your all's help of getting rid of the issues in the mines with all of our guard sentries going down there and dying and different things. Hopefully you can come up with some... Is there a problem, you blue thing, sir?"
I'm actually going to cast Disguise Self. I am now 5 foot tall.
Okay.
So I'm the only one that sticks out like a sore thumb.
Shrunk down a little bit. All right. So yes, hopefully you all will help us get back on track by clearing out our mines and forges.
Are you still blue?
For the most part, anything that you find down there can be yours. Obviously, we will want to take a look at it, and we'll most likely do some negotiating with whatever you find. Do any of you have any questions? Of course. The group of 4 black hooded figures are all just standing there with their arms crossed, looking down, looking away. The other group of 3 looks like they knew what they're doing. They're just here to collect some coin. And he sees the 2 unattentive groups, and he looks at you 3. What about you all? You're fresh in, right off the boat. Do you have any questions that we can answer for you about Stormcliff, about our mines and forges that you'll be entering?
Something have you guys on edge? Looks like some of you guys are kind of tense.
Oh, we'll just say that after my comeuppance on our governance here in Stormcliff, I've tried to gather some men together to clear out the mines and see if there's anything there worth reforging. And unfortunately, none of our sentries have been back. We've also since then been hearing some screams, been hearing some pounding of the forges and some breaking of rocks, and sounds like some shifting of rocks. So something down there is moving. We're not really sure, and if you all can keep that to yourselves and not scare our townsfolk, that will be good. All of you.
Yeah, we didn't sign it.
Non-disclosures, okay, that's fine.
Gold piece?
You know what?
I'm poor.
Here.
Who cares about all this nonsense? What's the gold? What's the change?
So the gold is 300 gold pieces per person.
Okay, now
that comes out alive. So if you enter with 3 and you come out with 1, you're only getting 300. You're not getting any more than that.
And if we come back with more live people,
yes,
you probably won't be doing that, and we won't pay you for that. So
what if they are not alive per se?
So we'll say this.
I'm saying zombies. If I come back out with zombies,
we're not paying you for zombies. What? I don't know. No, we have a deal, ladies and gentlemen.
You said there was no.
Aye. Good. You have some time on the town. The festivities at the tavern normally doesn't start for a few hours, so if there's a forge you must go to, our forge district with our blacksmiths and weaponsmiths are some of the finest in the land.
Do you have the
ones
time
that
of
are
day,
still
sir?
here? It is like 4 o'clock in the evening.
Okay.
You all will be staying at the Longboat Tavern. It's our finest establishment. We will have guards in there to make sure you don't say anything stupid or do anything stupid. There is a lot of games to be had in there with gambling and arm wrestling, if you will. Test your might.
I'd say it's time to go to the tavern, fellers.
I want to hit the blacksmith before they close.
You walk up to this forge, to this blacksmith, armorsmith. You see this large, sprawling back of a human just clanging down on some metal. Cling, cling, cling.
Now, does this man have his bareback buttonholes out, or just his back?
Back with a vested jacket on and an apron.
That's gonna look good on me.
Clanging. clanging with
Excuse me,
all of his
sir.
hair into one large braid.
Thank.
I ain't a sir. Don't ask me about it.
Oh!
What do you want, you little
lady.
man? As you can see, this is his large, very non-dwarven, just a massive human lady sitting here with her apron on. What do you want?
So, using my charm, I take a step even closer to her.
You still haven't told me what you want.
Get out my crossbow. And I start
She
to
pulls up her hammer.
I start to polish it a little bit. I said, well, I was looking to upgrade my crossbow. I was wondering
Aye.
what you had in stock.
Well, looks like your regular standard crossbow. We've got a nice heavy crossbow in the back here. Some lad that went into the mine had it fixed up here before he went down. He went in before he went in before he came and got it. So
Sounds
I'll
like
give
a
it to you half
scam.
price, 50 pieces.
Can we do a tradesy situation here?
Sort of fair trade. He's got to pay some gold for it. His crossbow's a piece of shite. Mine's good.
How about we knock it down from 50 gold pieces to 40? And I'll trade
35.
37.
38.
Nope.
Alright, 37 it is.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Did you say 35? And then you retaliated with 37?
I said 40.
You said 40, I said 35.
How much we're knocking
Oh
off?
wait, I went the wrong way.
I win.
Yeah, no, you guys agreed on 37 because you went back up for
I never said she was smart. I maybe just said she's an idiot, like the DM.
I just got caught up in the argument.
I did
y'all.
too. Because I was thinking, like, all right, I'm gonna get him, get 35 out of this. Is there anything else for you? You're fucking weird looking.
You know about looking weird, don't you? Not good with the names. What was your name again?
Yeah, I don't think we caught your name.
Helga.
Helga.
Helga?
Helga.
Helga?
Hilgeila.
Did you say that?
That was a whole lot of letters. I'm from the mushroom forest, ma'am. I barely know how to read.
Don't you know like 7 languages?
I know how to speak them.
I have 1 gold piece. What can I do with it?
Have a couple pieces of coal. That's fine as coal.
Well, I think our business is done here, boys.
We gotta go.
See you later.
We want to go to the tavern, or anybody else want to take a pit stop?
I'd say it's time for the tavern.
Time for the tavern, time for the baby! So as you enter the tavern, you can see 2 not very good looking barmaids and 1 mutton chopped guy standing on the back wall, just kind of perusing around, turning his head and looking. You have guards in nearly all the corners. You have 1 next to the stairs as well. Looks like you guys may have had the place booked, so it's all to you upstairs anyway. But obviously there's everybody else around drinking and carrying on and whatnot. Gambling, arm wrestling, kind of cute barmaids and wenches, and a slew of other people around. So, what would you lads like to do?
I would like to go up to the bar and ask the patrons their question.
Well, hey laddie, what can I do for you?
So why do they call this a Longboat Tavern? This isn't a boat.
Well, actually, once upon a time, the roof used to be the hull of a longboat, but we had to do some repairs and we decided to take it off and just patch a regular roof on it.
Makes sense.
Can we get you a drink? Like a beer?
No thanks. Only got 1 gold piece.
Yeah.
Saving that for gambling.
Yeah, sorry, I can't say anything.
How
about
much
it.
is one? What did you call it?
Just a beer.
How much is that?
Maybe 2 gold pieces, 3 gold pieces for a big one.
I will buy 3 of those,
Alright.
and they're all going to my friend here.
Ah, congratulations. Lucky day from a nice fellow. Well, I guess you guys probably came in together since you're very outsiders. What brings you into town?
Money.
Oh.
Take a quick trip down to the mines.
Oh, you're going into the mines. Sorry to hear that.
Why do you say that?
Well, I mean, nobody's come back from there.
Well,
if you
that's not
do,
getting paid.
I'll have a drink here waiting for you.
Hey.
Maybe a couple.
What's your name there? I didn't catch it.
Don't ask me my name. I don't come up with names.
Name's
Quit asking people names, man. I'm just barmaid 1.
Can I make my way over to the card table?
Absolutely. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll your D6 and your D4. The two of them together get your total, and then you're against everybody else at the table, and then the highest one wins.
So I rolled a 5 and a 3. 8.
Okay. It's a 5. That doesn't beat. There's 3 other people sitting at the table with you. It's a 7. That doesn't beat. And that is a 7. That doesn't beat. Congratulations, you win the pot. 5 gold to the new guy. Give it up for the new guy.
That's my friend.
I'm gonna get up from my seat and go spin that at the bar.
Ah, one and done. Okay. I can give you a good spirited shot here from our firebrand whiskey for 5 pieces.
I'll take it.
All right, there you go.
Is Andy now drunk?
I just downed all
Sorry,
3 of
is-
them. Gregor is the great.
Andy, give
Greg-
me a Constitution saving throw.
2.
Gregorius the Great was going to be on the verge of blacking out, but with a Constitution modifier, Gregor is feeling very, very good about himself, very good about his situation, about his one little coin as he holds it in his
This
hand,
ale
with
is
his drink
good.
in his other hand, just like, ooh, I have a coin.
I would like to participate in the arm wrestling. I end concentration on my disguise self spell as like I'm sitting down, go boom, and then I spring back up to 8 foot tall.
Oh, it's big on. He's good at I feel sorry for the next guy going up against him.
And then I pull one of my mushrooms off my shoulder and I chew it up. I'm now tripping.
What you're gonna do?
I ate the wrong mushroom. I've turned green. I did a Constitution saving throw and it was a 18. So I'm green now, but I'm not tripping.
All right, the blue-green guy's up. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna roll your d20, and then it takes 3 wins in a row to win. All right, ready?
Yep.
All right.
18 plus 5?
All right, I rolled a 13. All right, so Keegan's up 1.
No, 6 plus 5.
All right, I rolled a 3. All right, you're up again.
17 plus 5.
I rolled a 1.
I'm hot. I break this dude's arm.
Crushed his knuckles.
I'm just like, I'm messing with
Toying
him.
with this
I'm
guy.
toying with him. And then he's like, oh, you're pretty big. And I go, yeah, I know. And then that's when
Oh, you're
I,
pretty big, lad.
I said, yeah, I know. And then I go, boom. And I crack the table and his arm.
Jesus Christ!
My man.
And we're like, ah! This guy gets up and runs out of the bar. The barkeeper behind the bar goes, get another table from the cellar. The lads are having a good night tonight. They come up and get a
Did you
new
win any
table for
gold from
you.
that?
Yeah, he wins
Jesus
20.
I want to arm wrestle somebody.
Hey, the horn guy wants to go at him. Who else wants to have a
Ooh,
go?
a worthy opponent.
Oh, we're gonna go against each other?
Yeah. So now I'm gonna
So now everybody else is betting on your guys.
So I want to go back up to the bar. I want to get another drink for Andy.
14
All right,
plus
Andy's
4.
really drunk now.
Caden, I think now's the time to start drumming up a crowd for the biggest arm battle that Stormcliff has ever seen.
Yep. So I find a loot somewhere, and surely they've got a loot laying
There's
around
some
somewhere,
loots in the corner here, yes.
right? Okay. So I start strumming up a folk song. One of those real Irish foot stompers.
There you go.
I take another mushroom off my shoulder. I pop it in. There's a 2. I'm messed up.
So we're both rolling with disadvantage now?
Yeah.
All right, let's
My
do it.
skin is now changing all kinds of colors.
All right. The rainbow furbog and
I ain't never seen this.
dragonborn are going at it here. This is going to be interesting. Place your bets now.
4 and a 1.
So 5 plus 5 is 10. So I won this time.
You won the first round.
13 and 16.
3.
13.
Oh.
Andy's really hammered. Or Gregor is really hammered
I'm
down.
sweating pretty hard because of the drugs. 3 and a 4.
6 or 9, I don't know, that's 6. Either way, I beat you.
Andy's skinning his king into the ground. The whole crowd. Whoa! People are grabbing Andy and slapping him on the back, shaking his horns a little bit.
I cast invisibility. I'm so embarrassed.
They smack down a big little cache of 30 pieces of gold.
Now we're talking.
I head to the
While
corner.
there's a big hubbub, can I pickpocket those that are
Yes.
celebrating?
Absolutely.
I'm just gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna go
Turn it in for the
I'm
night.
gonna go turn in for the night, guys.
Okay, I'm gonna try to see what I can loot off of these bums, and then I'm gonna hit the sack too.
All right, let's see what you get.
1 plus 5.
Oh, 6. That's a nat 1, though.
That's a nat 1, yeah.
All right, so
You got us in trouble.
as Ash is strumming his keys and strumming the lute, he looks over and tries to reach at a guy's coin purse. And as he's reaching, the guy is turning at the same time, and he just slightly grazes off and grabs a beer that's on the table next to him and just starts chugging it. As the guy's giving him a stink eye. So Kaden then turns around and the guy goes, "Hey, I see what you were grabbing at there. Don't do that again. I understand you're trying to get some coin, but do it in the right way."
And I just told him, "Oh, it's just a joke. Different sense of humor where I come from. You have a great night."
Ah, I understand. We like to hit each other with clubs sometimes out of nowhere. Come and mollywop somebody off the street, you can't even see them.
Like some
Blindside them in the side of their heads.
That's what I'm talking about.
Alright, so do you want to keep doing some bar games and some gambling and some drinking?
Should we go talk to the dark hooded laddies that are here too? Maybe go do some vicious mockery?
On the way up to our rooms, yeah, let's stop by and see what they have to say.
Alright, so you guys walk up to the black hooded figures, and a couple of them turn their heads and look at you and just shake their heads. Not the time for it.
I'm gonna approach them and ask them, "Alright, you all have been sitting there pretty quiet, even for kind of a jazzed up night that we've been having here. What's up? What are you guys doing here?
Just taking our work seriously.
What kind of
We
work?"
don't have time. What are you talking about? Same work you're here for.
And I grab him by the collar and his hood and I pull him in
Get your
close.
hands off me.
Tell me what you know, or we're gonna have some real problems here.
Alright, relax. Get your hands off me. Well, our reports and what the townspeople are saying from our recon is there's a lot of earth moving down there. So there's something big either digging up stuff, or there's something big down there that's moving a lot of earth around. A lot of lava formations, a lot of different things like that.
Alright. Well, I think that's about all the information we're probably gonna be able to get out of him.
I'm not done talking. There's
You
no.
got something to say, Horn Boy?
You heard what the king said. Anybody who returns 300 gold pieces.
There's two entrances to the mines. One of them leads more directly to the gold forge, and then the other one leads more directly to the silver forge.
You say gold.
We're more leaning towards the silver forge, and I think the other ones are too. A lot of the sentries went down into the gold forge because that's where Rickshaw wanted the place cleared out the most. The gold and the iron are on that side. There's more silver and copper on the other.
There's no need for us to be enemies down there in that mine.
I'm gonna intimidate him just a little bit. So I look at him real quick, and then only my face turns into a crocodile, and then,
Jesus! Right.
and then it sucks back in. And I go, "Good night, fellas." And then I turn and walk back up the stairs.
A round of your worst ale for these bunches. Sleep tight, buckos, and go upstairs.
Alright, so are we sleeping now? Mm-hmm. You want to sleep?
Yes.
Alright, so it is a long rest. Let your mushrooms on your shoulder grow back, or how does that work?
Yeah.
How do you just pick them off and eat them and roll?
That's just for the role play stuff. I do have spores that will come into play later.
Should you guys maybe do some sneaky during the night?
I'm tired.
I'm just gonna hit the shot. I'm just gonna hit the sack.
You know how hard it is to come off a psychedelic trip?
You seem to have done it pretty nicely. Alright, I guess we're just gonna hit the hay then.
Next time on Let Us Quest.
So you walk up to the guard, he's like, alright lads, which entrance would you like to use?
I say that we go to the gold mine.
Disfigured, kind of slumped over body, clutching a crossbow in its hand. You can see an equally slumped over creature in the same area, clutching an axe in its hand. I have you now. You are in my grasp, getting ready to be attacked, possibly.
You look around, you see that I have mushrooms on my shoulders and on my...
I see that.
staff.
Do you refer to your mushrooms as your friends?
Absolutely.
Right, and you hear this guttural sound.
Oh, how'd it come? The hidden blade trick.
A hidden blade trick. You kill the archer. Do you want to take his head off, or do you